Okay, so let's think where we can begin to review some of the math essentials we need for this year. The most frequent mistake that students make all year long is adding and subtracting negative numbers. And the big problem with this mistake is it gives students the impression that they don't understand, right? So they'll do really complicated math and then miss a negative, which is a very easy mistake, and then think that they can't do the whole thing. So let's start by drawing a number line from positive 10 to negative 10. So it looks something like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Negative 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 5, negative 6, 7, 8, 9, negative 10. So we should have something like this. And then I want you to complete the following operations. So if we did, 3 plus 2, that would be something like this, right? We would say 3, 1, 2, 3 on the number line. And then we're going to go positive 2, right? So 2. So we went positive, so we went in this direction. This is the positive. And then negative would be in this direction, right? We're heading towards positive infinity or negative infinity, right? So next, let's go 6 minus 8. So if I'm at 6, that would be here. I'm going to go 8 in the negative direction. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Puts us at negative 1, negative 2. That would equal negative 2. Suppose we should say that equals 5. Right? So we headed in the negative direction. Right? What if I said negative 8 plus 6? What would happen? So if I'm at negative 8, that's, let's find another color here. Let's do it in red. So if I'm at negative 8, so negative 10, 9, 8 here, then I go 6 in the positive direction, right? Positive. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? I end up same as I did over here, negative 2, right? So what can we say about this, right? Negative, if I said negative, let's just find a place here, negative 8 plus 6, we said that was negative 2. But isn't this the same if I said 6 plus negative 8 equals negative 2? Wouldn't that be the same thing? And if that's true, and this is true, if we said 6 minus 8 equals negative 2, can't we then just say, and this is the big deal here, can't we just say that 6 plus negative 8 is the same as 6 minus 8? They all equal negative 2, then we can say that this is true, right? So what can we say about these? We can say subtraction is the same as plus negative. Subtraction is the same as plus negative. So the last one that I want to do together, and I'm going to erase all this, the last thing that I want to do together is I want to do the opposite. I want to do the opposite of this. So if I said, we're at, and let's clean this up just a little bit now. I might have to just draw a new one. It's hard to read. Let's draw a new one real quick. 10, 0, positive 10, 5. Okay, so if I was at -3, and I went -3 more, right? If I went 1, 2, 3 more, I'd be at -6, right? So when I'm heading negative, I'm always heading to the left. That would be negative, right? But what if I subtracted a negative? What if I said, what if we said that it was minus -3? How would we do that? Minus -3. I like to think about it with debt. So if I subtracted -3, I'm actually heading this way. 1, 2, 3. Right? I'm minus a negative. I'm heading to the right. If you canceled $3 of my debt, I would be gaining money. So we're going to head to the right. So at that point, and this is very important, minus a negative, anytime we have this minus negative here, double negative, is the same as plus positive. So I just rewrite the problem. Anytime I see -3, anytime I see this like -3 minus -3, I would just change that to -3 plus 3, which puts us right at 0. So take a minute, and I want you to try these problems. Try the problems 1 through 10. 1 through 10. Try all of these. And you can check your answers right here. You should be checking your answers as you go. If you get these wrong, come in and ask a question, and I'll do my best to help you. So take a minute, pause the video, and complete problems 1 through 10. So, if you have finished problems 1 through 10, we can go on and do the order of operations. So, the order of operations are, if you remember, PEMDAS. This is a lot of times how people remember this. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally is a common one, but to just kind of go through everything, P stands for parentheses. E stands for exponents. Exponents. Multiplication, division. And, this is all on one step. So you can do the multiplication and division on one step. I think sometimes with PEMDAS, to remember it, they... Oops, I spelled division wrong. Sometimes they have it, students thinking that you have to do multiplication before you do division, but you can actually do them on the same step. Same with addition, subtraction. That can be one step. So why does it work the way it does? This is kind of a longer explanation that I wish I had more board space for, but essentially, if we think of the number line here, right, and if I start adding 5, right, I just go plus 5, right, that would be the addition, subtraction. Everything I do, it can be whittled down to addition and subtraction, right? Because if I do that a couple of times, if I add 5, I could count all these, or I could just go, well, I added 5 4 times. So 5 4 times puts us at 20, right? So my next level was multiplication, division. And if I multiply by 5, and if I go 5, and then I wanted to multiply this by 5, and then that by 5, I would be going up again in exponents, right? So these are all just ways to expand, and they're like shortcuts for our basic set of addition, subtraction. So when we do the order of operations, we just work our way back to the common, or to our basic, that I should say, to the basic building blocks of math, right? The basic building blocks was just that addition, subtraction, and all these are ways to do addition and subtraction of very large numbers or repetitive operations over and over and over again. And then parentheses sort of is on its own. Parentheses, it's always like, do this bit first, right? That's kind of its own thing. So there's this other one. What is the sneaky parenthetical? What is our sneaky parenthetical? What's the fraction line? Right? So let me erase this. So our sneaky parenthetical, that is when, if you have a parenthetical, say you have 3 plus 5 divided by 2, right? Sometimes there can be a temptation to say, well, this is a division problem right here, right? That's a fraction line, so that's division. But the understanding is that we're going to do the top here independent of the bottom. So it kind of works like a parentheses, right? That although they rarely write those in, it is understood that you will be completing the top independent of the bottom. So 3 plus 5 would be 8 divided by 2, which is 4. Right? So the fraction line, when you see this, you can treat it like there are these imaginary parentheses there. So if I gave you a problem, and we did a problem, let's just do one from the homework since you're not in class with me now. Let's go here. Let's take a look at, you'll have to excuse, there's a little typo there, so just kind of get rid of that guy. On number 16, there's a typo. Let's look at number 13. So I would say, okay, do we have any parentheses? Yes. We've got 2 of them. Parenthesis there, parenthesis there. But is there any simplification? Is there any work that I need to do inside those parentheses? No. It's just 2 and 3. So we're good on our parentheses. Next, we have exponents. Any exponents here? No. So exponents are done. So now we have multiplication and division. So I see a multiplication problem here and a division problem here. So we can do those on the same step. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 3 divided by 3 is 1. So that simplifies to 1. So now, no more addition, or no more multiplication or division. So now I'm left with just the addition subtraction step, and I see one more addition problem. So 6 plus 1 is 7. We can do all these problems just like I just did. So we'll start. Do we have any parentheses? Like number 18, we got to do these parentheses first. So I've got these ones and these ones both requiring work. So 4 plus 6 is 10, minus 8 times 8 minus 6 is 2. One more step to do here. 10 minus 8 is 2 times 2. So now we've done the parentheses. Check. Do it in another color. No exponents to be found, so that one's good. I do have a multiplication problem. 2 times 2, it's going to be 4. And there is no addition or subtraction for that one. So you should, again, be checking your answers on this other page. All of the answers to this assignment I give to you, so you should be checking your answers before you turn them in. Enjoy, and I can't wait to see your work.